Welcome to People Profiles. Today, we're diving into the life of one of the most powerful Roman generals, Augustus Caesar. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, take a moment to hit the subscribe button for more captivating stories and biographies featuring remarkable people from the past up to the present. The life of Augustus Caesar is one of the most remarkable stories in ancient history, marking the transition of Rome from a republic troubled by civil wars into a powerful and stable empire. Born as Gaius Octavius on September 23, 63 BCE in Rome, Augustus came from a respected but not exceptionally powerful family. His father, also named Gaius Octavius, served as a Roman magistrate, while his mother, Atia, was the niece of the influential Roman general and statesman Julius Caesar. This family connection would later shape the course of Octavius's life and ultimately change the history of Rome. Octavius lost his father at a young age and was raised by his mother and grandmother. Even as a child, he displayed qualities that suggested leadership and discipline. Julius Caesar noticed the young Octavius's intelligence and potential and gradually took him under his guidance. Caesar trusted him deeply and eventually adopted him as his son in his will, naming him heir to his name, wealth, and political legacy. In 44 BCE, a dramatic event shook Rome. Julius Caesar was murdered by a group of senators in the assassination of Julius Caesar, who believed they were protecting the Roman Republic from tyranny. At that time, Octavius was only 18 years old and studying in Apollonia. When he received news of Caesar's death and his adoption, he immediately returned to Rome to claim his inheritance and his place in Roman politics. Taking the name Octavian, he soon became involved in the intense power struggles that followed Caesar's assassination. Although young and inexperienced compared with the other Roman leaders, Octavian proved to be politically clever and determined. He formed an alliance with two powerful figures, Mark Antony and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus, creating what became known as the Second Triumvirate. Together, the three men shared control of Rome and sought revenge against those responsible for Caesar's death. Their forces confronted the assassins of Caesar, including Marcus Junius Brutus and Gaius Cassius Longinus, in the Battle of Philippi. The triumvirs defeated the conspirators, effectively avenging Caesar's death and consolidating their control over Rome. However, the alliance between Octavian, Antony, and Lepidus did not last. Over time, tensions and rivalries grew, particularly between Octavian and Mark Antony. Mark Antony had formed a close political and personal alliance with Cleopatra, the powerful queen of Egypt. Many Romans feared that Antony's relationship with Cleopatra threatened Roman independence and influence. Octavian used this situation to strengthen his political position, portraying Antony as disloyal to Rome and influenced by a foreign queen. The rivalry eventually erupted into open conflict. The struggle between Octavian and Antony reached its decisive moment in 31 BCE at the Battle of Actium, a major naval confrontation. Octavian's forces achieved a decisive victory over the combined fleets of Antony and Cleopatra. After their defeat, Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt and later died, leaving Octavian as the uncontested master of the Roman world. With his rivals eliminated, Octavian held complete control over Rome. However, he understood that the Roman people still valued the traditions of the Republic and feared absolute monarchy. Instead of openly declaring himself king, he carefully reshaped the political system. In 27 BCE, the Roman Senate granted him the honorary title Augustus, meaning the revered one. From that moment, he became known as Augustus Caesar. Although Augustus claimed that he was restoring the Republic, in reality he established a new system of government known as the Principate. Under the system, traditional republican institutions such as the Senate continued to exist, but real authority rested with the emperor. Augustus thus became the first ruler of what historians call the Roman Empire. During his long reign, Augustus introduced many reforms that strengthened Rome politically, economically, and militarily. He reorganized the Roman army into a professional standing force and created a Praetorian Guard to serve as the emperor's personal protection. He improved the tax system, strengthened provincial administration, and worked to restore moral and social traditions within Roman society. Augustus also launched ambitious building projects that transformed the appearance of Rome. Temples, roads, aqueducts, and public buildings were constructed or restored under his direction. He proudly claimed that he had found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble. One of Augustus's most lasting achievements was establishing a long period of peace and stability known as the Pax Romana. This era of relative peace lasted for about 2 centuries and allowed trade, culture, and infrastructure to flourish throughout the vast Roman territories. Augustus ruled for more than 40 years, carefully planning the future of the empire. After the deaths of several potential heirs, he eventually chose his stepson Tiberius as his successor. Augustus died on August 19, 14 CE, at the age of 75 in Nola, Italy. After his death, the Roman Senate honored him by declaring him a god, reflecting the immense respect and admiration he commanded. The legacy of Augustus Caesar is profound. Through his political skill, military victories, and administrative reforms, he brought stability to a nation that had been weakened by decades of civil war. His reign laid the foundation for the Roman Empire, one of the greatest and longest-lasting civilizations in history. Augustus transformed Rome and ensured that his influence would endure for centuries to come.